tonight. Keep member Rulin and his family in your thoughts. Roll call.
18 present.
And before we get into any approvals, I want to take chairman's prerogative and make an introduction to somebody I'm sure everybody's going to become well acquainted to very soon. But I wanted to take time to introduce Megan Bentley, our newest addition to the team, and that will be helping the board out. So welcome, Megan. I won't put you on the spot for comments tonight, but maybe in the future. First order of business is approval of the August 8th, 2024 minute meetings. Is there a motion? Member Blair, Member Duncan. Any comments, corrections, concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor, roll call.
Member Blair.
Aye.
Member Bryant.
Aye.
Member Coates.
Aye.
Member Daly.
Aye.
Member Duncan.
Aye.
Member Alsesser. Member Groves Allison.
Aye.
Member Hare. Member Kelch. Oh. Member Phelan. Member Renault. Member Ricker. Member Rosenbaum. Member Rulin. Member Sauser. Member Williams. Member Windish. And Member Dillon.
Aye.
That's 18 ayes.
Next, we have proclamations and presentations. We have a presentation of the Peoria County flag to Timber Township. We do have the supervisor present and appreciate it. I know they have a meeting tonight too, so we had been taking these on the road, but it did not work out that way.
There we go. Okay, tonight we're giving the county flag to Timber Township, and we'll go from there. Whereas Peoria County will celebrate its bicentennial anniversary in 2025, and in recognizing this milestone, we honor the many organizations and individuals that have contributed to its successful 200-year history. And whereas Peoria County adopted an official flag in 2022, featuring a color scheme representative of the county itself. Blue for our water and natural resources, green for our agricultural roots, gold for innovation in all industries, and featuring symbolism for our area, such as the Illinois River at the bottom corner or the letter P on the left edge. And whereas the history of Peoria County is inextricably linked with that of Timber Township, with its roots stretching back centuries to its settlement in the 1820s and even further to the indigenous people who first called the area home, then later being established and incorporated as a township into our county in April of 1850. So they've been here for a while. And whereas we acknowledge that every person who is called Timber Township home has also been a part of the Peoria County heritage, whether here now or in the distant past, whether born here or newly arrived, whether passing through or making their home for generations. Now therefore I, James C. Dillon, Chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby recognize Timber Township with the presentation of an official Peoria County flag as an expression of our gratitude for the history they have shared with us and the future they will continue to create. Dated this 12th day of September, AD 2024, James C. Dillon, Peoria County Board Chairman, Rachel Parker, Peoria County Clerk. And this is Beth Coates, our Timber Township Supervisor. Hand you that, and can you put the flag up so they can see it? There we go. Can you handle that too? Yeah. There we go.
Paul, obviously you weren't a Boy Scout learning how to fold a flag there. A proclamation recognizing September 23rd through 29th, 2024 as C-Track's Think Train Week.
This is Aisha Jackson, and she's a member of the Illinois Commerce Commission. And to show you what dedication she has, she drove down from Chicago to accept this on behalf of the Illinois Commerce Commission. So I think she needs a hand. This particular proclamation deals, of course, with one of the most important things. In fact, it's a major part of our economy, and a lot of people take it for granted. And that's our rail system and so forth. And when I read you a lot of these statistics, and whoever wrote this, man, they put a lot of stats in here, and I'm happy to read them. I don't know whether you guys are happy to listen to me, but anyway, whereas rail transportation is an essential part of the United States and Illinois economies, with Illinois having the second highest total rail miles in the United States at 6,883 miles, on which more than 200 million tons of freight is moved yearly. And whereas throughout 2023, there were 2,192 rail grade crossing collisions in the United States, which resulted in 766 personal injuries and 274 fatalities. And whereas in the same time frame, there was also 715 pedestrians killed and another 663 injured while trespassing on railroad property rights of way in the United States. And whereas Peoria County has an active rail system with 6 railroad operators running a total of 80 to 85 trains per day. And whereas, according to the Illinois Commerce Commission's website, in Peoria County, there are 312 grade crossings, 185 of which are on public roadways. And whereas Operation Lifesaver brings together railroad operators, law enforcement agencies, and all levels of government to jointly educate and inform the public about rail safety. Remind the public that railroad right-of-ways are private property, and enhance public awareness of the dangers associated with highway rail grade crossings in order to reduce the number of fatalities and injuries. And whereas since 2015, Peoria County Highway and local governments have applied for and received $1.3 million in railroad safety improvement grants administered by the Illinois Department of Transportation, as well as $2.9 million in funds from the Illinois Commerce Commission for the same purpose. And whereas an additional 10 projects in Peoria County have been selected by the Illinois Commerce Commission from 225 to 229 Crossing Safety Improvement Program and IDOT's local rail highway grade crossing safety program, which combined will bring in approximately $2.95 million for railway safety improvements in our county. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby attest our support in proclaiming September the 23rd through the 29th, 2024 as C-Tracks Think Train Week. Dated this 12th day of September, AD 2024, James C. Dillon, Peoria County Board Chairman, Rachel Parker, Peoria County Clerk. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Illinois Commerce Commission, I extend a sincere thank you to Peoria County Board. Railroad safety is something that we cannot ignore. All right, and it's very important that you guys are raising awareness and bringing attention to this, because I do believe that we can change the trajectory, we can change the story, and actually save lives. So thank you guys for your commitment and your support.
You have a safe drive home, okay?
Well, thank you.
Next, a proclamation recognizing September 2024 as National Preparedness Month. Jason, welcome.
So this proclamation recognizes September as National Preparedness Month. I think that's pretty fitting, given I have a almost 16-year-old getting ready to get her driver's license this month. So the world needs to prepare. Whereas National Preparedness Month creates an important opportunity for every resident of Peoria County to prepare their homes, businesses, and communities for any type of emergency, including natural disasters and potential terrorist attacks. And whereas investing in the preparedness of ourselves, our families, our businesses, and our community can reduce fatalities and economic devastation in our region and in our nation. And whereas the Federal Emergency Management Agency's READY campaign, alongside other federal, state, local, tribal, territorial, private, and volunteer agencies, is working to increase public awareness of preparedness activities and to educate individuals on how to take action. And whereas emergency preparedness is the responsibility of every resident of Peoria County, and whereas all community members are urged to make preparedness a priority and work together as a team to ensure that individuals, families, and communities are prepared for disasters and emergencies of any type. And whereas Peoria County's Emergency Management Agency continues to take the lead on joint training exercises in our region, fostering collaboration and integration between first responder agencies in an effort to always look ahead to what's next. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby recognize September 24th as National Preparedness Month. I will say Peoria County is very lucky to have Jason and all the work he does. We've done several trainings together, and I've witnessed several trainings he's put on. He is tireless and definitely doesn't overlook detail. So thank you for all you do for Peoria County.
Yeah, thank you. Just thanks for the kind comments. And boy, it seems like I've done this for a number of years now. I don't know if it's 20 years, maybe plus. But again, I want to appreciate the board's support of National Preparedness Month and the Emergency Management Agency and building community resilience. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things we're able to do. So thank you to all of you as well. So thanks. Thank you.
Next, a proclamation recognizing September 2024 as Hunger Action Month.
Whereas hunger and poverty are issues of vital concern in Illinois. where over 42,000 hungry and nutrition insecure individuals are living in the Tri-County area. And whereas the Partnership for a Healthy Community, HEAL, team of Peoria County, Woodford County, and Tazewell County is committed to working with the HEAL FSP program, Food Pantry Network HOI, Midwest Food Bank, and Peoria Area Food Bank, the latter a member of the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks, in educating people around the role and importance of food banks in addressing hunger and raising awareness of the need to devote more resources and attention to hunger issues. And whereas more than 23,730 individuals in Peoria County alone rely on food provided by the members of the Midwest Food Bank and Peoria Area Food Bank annually. And whereas the month of September has been designated Hunger Action Month in order to bring attention to food insecurity in our communities and to enlist the public in the movement to end hunger by taking action, including volunteer shifts, social media shares, and donations, to ensure every community and everybody in it has the food they need to thrive. And whereas food banks across the country, including the members of the Partnership for a Healthy Community HEAL Priority Action Team in the Tri-County area, will host numerous events throughout the month of September to bring awareness and help end hunger in their local community. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairperson of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby recognize September 2024 as Hunger Action Month in Peoria County, Illinois, and call this observance to the attention of our community. Dated this 12th day of September, AB 2024, James C. Dillon, Peoria County Board Chairperson, Rachel Parker, Peoria County Clerk.
Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much for having me here tonight to share with you about the important issue of hunger that is present in our community. 1 in 9 children in Illinois don't have access to enough food. And that shouldn't happen. So we're here to try to help bring awareness. We're here to try to bring more ways that people can give back this month. We have a lot of different events planned, including a walk at the end of the month on the 28th, and a big summit in October where we want to bring together a lot of different partners to really try to problem solve what it looks like to have a nutrition secure Tri-County. So I'm going to leave a couple of flyers out on the table if you want to look into that and join us. We'd love to have you. Let's help make food not an impossible choice for our families.
Thank you. Next, we have citizens' remarks. So we have 8 individuals that signed up. So our rules state 30 minutes, but we're going to go 32 minutes. So that will be 4 minutes per individual that turned in a card. First up is Bill Moore. Bill, come on up here to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I heard that.
Thanks.
My name is Bill Moore. I live in rural Brimfield. I wanted to talk today about the proposed windmills that are going to be coming to Peoria County. They're going to be covering 25,000 acres in northern Peoria County, and there might be as many as 124 windmills. Some of the windmills that you may have seen are 280 feet, 300 feet, something like that. Is that good enough for Peoria County? No. These proposed windmills are going to be between 698 feet to 700 feet. That's 70 stories tall. Taller than the Seattle Space Needle, taller than the St. Louis Arch. They will be the tallest windmills in the United States. Why do they need to be so tall in Peoria County? Prevailing winds are terrible in Peoria County. They can only be that tall or work if they're that tall. So the installation will dramatically and permanently alter the Peoria County as we know it. Other installations have proven that property values have decreased between 10 and 40% in previous installations. If you were planning on moving to central Illinois, we do want people to move to central Illinois, right? Would you look at a place that has windmills 700 feet tall just outside your window? Or would you look for some other place with no interruptions, no windmills, no problem? Guess what? We have that now. Why in the world would we want to change it? We moved to our rural Brimfield property in 1984. This was 40 years ago when my wife and I built our home. I was 5 years old. My wife is 3 years old. 40 years ago. You get it? Okay. Other than marrying her, that was the best decision we made. I would urge that you deny requests to build these windmills, and they're going to be coming in the future. Thank you.
Next, we have Dave Shipley. Okay. Just give me a minute. Dave, sorry.
I have a couple letters here I'd like to pass out or have someone pass out. Unfortunately, I never realized there was that many people on the board, so I may be a few short. So if you guys could share or make some copies, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, I'm Dave Shipley, the owner and operator of the Tri-County Airport over by Yates City. I've owned and operated it for over 40 years. I've been flying airplanes for over 40 years. And I want to tell you, 700 feet windmills out there is a hazard. It's very, very dangerous. Less than 2 weeks ago, over in Germany, a Stearman biplane flew into one, and unfortunately, there was fatalities involved with that. That was just 2 weeks ago. It's not a matter of when it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It will happen with 700-foot towers out here. I think we've all seen the C-130s flying around low and slow, the big airplanes from the guard base out here in Peoria Airport. I guarantee you that will be in their flight paths and their pattern out there. If we put up 700-foot windmills out there, over 100 of them out there, it's going to be very difficult to get some of that training in. It's also going to be an obstruction for crop dusters, flight training. I could go on and on and on about the safety, but these things are extremely dangerous, and you don't want this blood on your hands. So please vote no when this comes up. Thank you.
Next, we have Dan Hines.
Hello, my name is Dan Hines, and I too am here on behalf of this grassroots organization as opposed to windmills in Peoria County. I have had the opportunity to speak with most of you, except for a couple, and I just want to share with you that I'm 50 years old. I've been in Peoria County. I've lived here my whole life except for 4 years, and I love the place. I love everything about it. I love the farm life. That's why we moved back. We chose to raise our kids here. I love the small towns, the community feeling, neighbors helping neighbors, and I love Peoria. Peoria is a town that's had a lot of great accomplishments, achievements through the years, and I'm pretty proud to be from this area. And I don't want to see it be diminished. This is a project that is proposed would be one of the largest in a populated area, I guess you would say, in the rural area. And if you look at the 2010 to 2020 census, the populations of these small towns, rural life, it's already decreasing, as well as Peoria. It's no secret. So I don't want to see it to continue to diminish over the next 40 years. We met with the ZBA board this morning, as a lot of you recommended. We go through the proper channels, and you know, what I shared with them is that they're making a recommendation to you guys, and you guys are elected by the people. So I would hope that you would listen to your constituents, because there's been 131 parcels signed up, but it's only approximately 70 to 80 different families and even less that farm it. But we have a list of over 1,500 people who have signed this petition that are against it. So I think if you're honest with yourself, you know the vast majority of Peoria County, City of Peoria, they are against these things. So I just hope that you can take that into consideration. And when you do make your decision, know there's always two sides of the story. You'll get the one side from the wind companies, but then there's the other side. There's the reality. A lot of the times people are paid to keep their opinions to themselves. They're paid to go away if they have problems. We have invested our own money to try to fight this and stop it. And we've hired an attorney. We've got expert witnesses, and we've even got people that have been displaced from their homes that are come share those stories with the community of Brimfield next Tuesday, the 17th at 7 p.m. at the American Legion. And that is open to anybody. And we'd love to have people come and hear the other side of the story. Please make an educated decision, and I thank you for your time. I thank you for what you do.
Next is Adam Zimmerman.
Thank you. Hi, good evening. Thank you for your time. Steve, long time no see. I'm just going to read a letter that I'm sending out to all of you anyway. This is from my wife and I. We live in, obviously, Peoria County, Brimfield area. It was a very hard letter for us to write. The reason it's so hard to write is we raise our kids to be selfless, volunteer, you help, you work, you help your community. It doesn't matter if it's Brimfield, if it's Peoria, the city of Peoria, Peoria County. So we really wrestled with writing this letter. This isn't a letter to self-promote ourselves. It's a letter to let you know that a lot of us out there, most of us out there, don't just care about the Brimfield area. We care about the city of Peoria. We care about Peoria County. We care about Tazewell County. Please, come on in. Knox County, you name it, we care about all the people in our community. With that said, we are writing to implore you to vote no to the industrial wind farm being proposed in Peoria County, which will directly affect the community, the county, the school, the environment, the general health and well-being of the residents of this beautiful county. My name is Adam Zimmerman, my wife Penny, and two sons, whom were born and raised on our property at 15405 North Kleske Road, Brimfield, Illinois, Peoria County, District 14. Wanted to reach out to you and let you know the residents of Peoria County are not okay with the industrial wind farm proposal. My wife and I met in 1987 as members of the 182nd Peoria Air National Guard Base, where we both served our country and community for over 15 years before being dishonorably discharged. Penny was born and raised in Bartonville, and I was raised in Northern Illinois. Both my wife and I feel it imperative to give back, and over the last 22 years living in Peoria County, we've been active with the Southside Mission, Illinois Valley Striders. I'm a sitting board committee member on various groups, the Central Illinois Easter Seals, as well as locally with the Peoria Brimfield Area Food Pantry. Both Penny and I have been baseball coaches, hockey coaches, flag football coaches, Cub Scout leaders, Ducks Unlimited supporters, as well as helping create the Brimfield High School trap shooting team, of which I'm still an active coach. We have donated tens of thousands of dollars, as well as countless hours, making sure we give back to the city of Peoria, the county of Peoria, our country, and any and all communities in the area where we can help provide help in. We left the state of Illinois due to my job with a large construction manufacturer in Peoria, knowing and hoping one day we would be back. When we transferred back in 2002, we literally knocked on doors in Peoria County looking for land to purchase, to build a house and raise a family. We wanted to raise our kids in the country as I was raised. We eventually found a small parcel, which over time we've grew to a larger parcel, all the time being humbled by the beauty nature provided us and how truly blessed we feel to have such a place. When people visit our house, the first thing that always strikes them are the views and then the lack of noise. It is truly our paradise, our life's work, and aside from our children, the thing in our lives that we are most proud of. Now we have a company not from Peoria County, not from Illinois, not even from the United States of America, attempting to take the beauty and serenity and growth opportunities of Peoria County away so a handful of landowners, some in the area and some several states away, could put a few dollars in their pocket at the county's and citizens' expense. Please don't be fooled. This company has billions of dollars at their disposal to say and do whatever it takes to fool you into believing this is too good to be true opportunity. I had one of the representatives in my home in 2021 and asked her, look at my land, look at my view. Would you want these in your backyard? And her response was, no, I wouldn't want them around me, but this is just my job. Currently, Repsol, a Spanish-based multi-international company, is running this project. I think we can agree that someone sitting half the world away likely is not concerned with the future of Peoria County. Looking at the maps and the proposed industrial wind farm sites, there will be no room for growth around Dunlap, Princeville, Brimfield, or Elmwood. Zero growth would occur. We would be destroying our future home sites and tax revenue for a company in Spain. You have the power to stop this proposal. Nothing is done yet. Don't be fooled by one or two board members who have vested interest in this project telling you you don't have the power to stop this. You do. I would ask you to please take the time to poll your counterparts and ask which one of them have a vested interest in this proposal and who will benefit financially. The industrial wind farm proposal will have a devastating and lasting effect on Peoria County, the entire county, not just the thousands of people who will be directly affected, but the entire county's future. We implore you to do what we trusted you to do when we put our faith and vote in you. Do your homework, listen to the many, not the few, vote no to the Peoria Industrial Wind Farm proposal. We love Peoria, we love Peoria County. Respectfully, Adam and Penny Zerron. Thank you.
Next up is Bob Jorgensen. There you go. Yeah.
I got a bit of a trauma. Hello, I'm Bob Jorgensen. I live at 212 Sunnybrook Drive, East Peoria, Illinois. I've been a founder and member of East Peoria Green when the city of East Peoria started it. It's an environmental group. We work with the city and residents of the city. I'm here tonight because I've seen as an advocate of clean energy for many, many years. I've supported responsible, planned, and sited solar and wind energy for the past 15, 18 years. You may have noticed I live in Tazewell County. That's why I'm here tonight. Over the years, I have attended lots of Tazewell County zoning and board meetings regarding solar and wind projects. I'm here tonight because I hope that Peoria County will not be carried away the way I've seen happen in Tazewell County where I live. Tazewell County is on a slide downward as far as wind project proposals and approvals go. And it does have some excellent land that would make great places for wind projects. The projects do add a benefit to the county with local property tax base. They also really benefit property owners who want to lease their land. Illinois has what is respected as one of the best taxing models for wind energy in the entire United States. Those property taxes help pay towards schools and public services that benefit the entire county. Farmland and property owners gain a reliable annual payment for use of their property. That can be a huge benefit with finances in this day and age. I might also mention McLean County, Illinois, has wind farms. Their information page through the state that since 2007, they have had over $68 million in property taxes from those projects. In 2021, about 1/4 of the McLean County budget was supported by wind farm taxes. That can mean less of a burden on individuals and other businesses in the county. We all know that wind projects do not burn fossil fuels to generate electricity, so they don't emit air pollutants like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, or particulate matter. Wind helps avoid millions of tons of CO2 emissions annually, which is essential in this time of rapid and highly damaging climate change, with hugely severe forest fires, rising ocean levels, and other impacts all over the globe. The U.S. Department of Energy Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy has estimated that by reducing harmful emissions that contribute to chronic illnesses and premature death, wind projects reduce public health costs by billions of dollars a year. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and hope you make a good decision on this project.
Next up is Joyce Harant.
Good evening. My name is Joyce Harant, and I am here as a member of the Central Illinois Healthy Community Alliance and someone who spent many years making sure that we closed the Edwards coal plant, because that plant was causing deaths, lung disease, lung cancer, heart disease, and people on the south side of Peoria and all between Peoria and that plant and both sides of the river. And I understand the need and the desire to want to keep things the way they are out in the country, because it is beautiful. But when it comes to the decision between continuing to pollute the air with not only carbon dioxide and helping to continue climate change, but the particulates that were put out, the heavy metals that were put out into the air and into the water. It's for me, the view is not compelling enough to protect people's lives in that way. Property taxes, RAs, as Bob pointed out, are a significant revenue. And these are projects that are not like the CO2 pipelines where eminent domain is being used. These are projects where landowners are making a decision that this is good for them, and certainly the property taxes are going to be good for the schools and the cities in the area and for the county. And so I am just here to urge and ask you to approve the wind turbine projects if they meet the standards that both the state and the county has put out. Thank you.
Next up is Robert Rowe.
Hello, my name is Robert Rowe. I am at 7216 North Crabapple Court, Peoria, and I'm happy to be here tonight to speak to you in support of this wind project. The need for clean power will only increase over the years to come. The cost to put them in to start with, a bit high at first, but the long-term payoff without the fluctuating cost of fuel, of transportation, of maintenance that goes with the dirty power sources will pay off big time in the long run. I certainly have liked living in central Illinois and the wonderful view of the landscape. The land is beautiful, but that's not enough to justify the continued output of pollutants. There's a lot of misinformation that's going around about clean power. The fear that property values will decrease. There was a study by Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory published in December that found that yes, housing prices drop about 10 to 11% when a wind project is first announced. But 2 to 3 years after the project has been completed, the values rise back up to where they were before the project commenced. So it's largely a fear of what might happen, not what will happen. There's fear that wind turbines are not healthy. There is no sound evidence that the sound of the wind turbines has any long-term health consequences. And that was from a professor at the University of Iowa's Department of Occupational and Environmental Health. So basically, the cost of these turbines is justified. Keep in mind there are hidden costs to continuing with fossil fuel. The health costs, the impact on children's asthma, on respiratory disease, and I forgot to mention I'm also with the Peoria or the Sierra Club, and we're concerned with the birds. And no more birds are killed by turbines than by the watching the clock than by towers or any other high rise. And the cost of air pollution and particulates is more hazardous to humans as well as wildlife. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Joyce Blumenshine.
Thank you. Good evening. I want to echo how lucky we are to be in Peoria County, how beautiful this is with the river, the bluffs, the Oak Hills, and the wonderful land that stretches out. But I want to mention we are lucky, and so lucky because we don't live in a coastal area. There are rapid changes there, and we don't have to decide every year how many times we're going to clean muck out of our house and if we're going to repair or build it or move it or raise it up. We are very lucky because the climate change that is rapid and happening and will not stop until the global climate issues of air pollution from fossil fuels like coal-fired power plants, natural gas, which is really methane, a very polluting climate gas. So we really have to look ahead. The global mean sea level has risen faster in the last several years than at any time over the prior century. And according to the World Meteorological Organization, the rate of sea level rise has, in the past 10 years, more than doubled. And that is because glaciers, the North Pole, the South Pole, we don't see those every day. We might not think about them, but that's part of our community. That's part of our world. That's part of our environment that keeps the crops growing, the bugs and the bees healthy, that keeps our planet as we know it. So if you don't want things to change, if we don't want things to change, I'm comfortable with the beauty here. We have to think about the rapid change, that lack of action in a transition to clean energy is going to force us to see. And that change won't be pretty. There'll be a lot more droughts. There will be who knows what other catastrophes, and those cost billions of dollars. Not right now here in Peoria County, thank goodness, but they could at some time. And certainly other places in this other places in this country are seeing that happen. I want to mention that the National Academy of Sciences found that much of the information on the Facebook, on the internet, social media, that is driving anti-wind messages and campaigns are from big oil. And we can suspect that. I don't know how many here, maybe some of us are old enough to remember the decades of battles that the public made and health groups made and environmental groups made about cigarettes. My dad smoked a lot. He was in World War II as a corporal, and he fought, and he smoked, and he died of lung cancer that had moved to his brain. So there we are knowing the health effects now of pollution from carbon-based fuels. We are at this point not having valid scientific evidence. We have people's reports, but we don't have valid scientific evidence of health impacts from wind turbines. And granted, wind turbines rely entirely on what this county does and does very well. And that is your established leading siting process. You have responsible people going through the steps and evaluating, and we have state guidance, we have local guidance from experts. And I urge you all to please consider those. I hear the emotional concerns. I hear people wanting their views. I also see concerns for private property owners who may need revenue from an additional source with the rising costs of farm inputs and everything else that's going the way it is. So I don't know where we can, as a community, take somebody's rights away for what we think is our right to a view or our right to say no to something that is essential for the transition that we have to make. Because we have big choices here, folks, and we do not have much time. The climate is changing rapidly. By 2035, if we don't have enough wind in place and solar, we will be in a dire situation. So if you want to go back to horses and buggies and maybe, candles, I don't know, but we need to have solutions that will be positive. Thank you very much.
Next, we're to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to put that on the floor? Member Salzer, Member Blair. Would anybody like anything pulled? Any comments about the consent agenda? Seeing none, roll call.
Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daly?
Aye.
Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alcesser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Member Hare? Member Couch? Let me try something else. Member Phelan? Member Renow? Member Ricker? Member Rosenbaum? Member Rulin? Member Salzer? Member Williams? Member Windish? And Member Dillon?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, 18 ayes. Zoning ordinances and resolutions. Item number 1, case number ZBA-2024-0056. The petition of Merle and Vicki Turner is special use request from section 20.0 .5.2.2.1.a.1 of the Unified Development Ordinance. The section allows for a special use when a proposed land split does not meet the 25-acre minimum lot size nor the one dwelling unit per 25 contiguous acres density requirement in the A2 agriculture district. The petitioner proposes to divide 5 acres from an existing 10.02 acre tract. The parcel is located in Jubilee Township. The Zoning Board of Appeals recommends approval. The Land Use Committee concurs.
Member Rosenbaum, Member Daley. Member Rosenbaum.
This is one of our typical land splits where the petitioners would like to split it so one of their family members could build a house on the other 5 acres.
And the petitioner is present. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daley?
Aye.
Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alsasser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Member Hare? Member Kelch? Member Phelan? Member Renau? Member Ricker? Member Rosenbaum?
Aye.
Member Rulin? Member Sauser? Member Williams? Member Windish? And Member Dillon?
Aye.
That's 17 ayes. Item number 2, case number WAV-2024-0005, a petition of Pamela J. Morris, successor trustee of the Bonnie L. Mabus Revocable Trust. The resolution from your Land Use Committee recommending approval of a waiver of compliance from Section 20-3.16.2.3.B.2.B of the Unified Development Ordinance. This section requires a minimum of 60 feet of public road frontage for parcels being created by tract survey which are 10 or more acres in size. The petitioner proposes to divide an existing 149.12 acre parcel with 33 feet of existing frontage into 2 tracts of approximately 50 acres and 90 acres. The petitioner proposes to provide 16.5 feet of frontage to each parcel. This property is located in Kickapoo Township.
Member Rosenbaum, Member Daley. I will say the petitioner is here and the petitioner's attorney, Bob Potts, is here. He had filled out a card, so he is here to answer any questions if there needs to be questions. Member Rosenbaum.
This is just to help these people settle a state, and they are landlocked, and this is the only way it's possible for them to be able to have access to their property.
Thank you, Member Rosenbaum. Any questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Member Blake.
Aye.
Thank you. Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daley?
Aye.
Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alsasser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Member Hare? Member Kelch? Member Phelan? Member Renau? Member Ricker? Member Rosenbaum? Member Rulin? Member Sauser? Member Williams? Member Windish? And Member Dillon?
Aye.
That is 16 ayes and 1 abstention. Yes, 17 ayes. I'm sorry about that. 17 ayes and 1 abstention. Item number 3, a resolution from the County Operations Committee recommending the approval of issuing a purchase order to PIPCO for the replacement of the IT computer air conditioning system, not to exceed $186,000, including contingency from the American Rescue Plan Act Fund.
Member Ricker, Member Blair. Any comments? Seeing none? Roll call, please.
Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daly?
Aye.
Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alsasser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Member Hare? Member Couch? Member Phelan? Member Renault? Member Riker? Member Rosenbaum? Member Rulin? Member Sauser? Member Williams? Member Windish? And Member Dillon.
Aye.
That's 18 ayes. Item number 4 is a resolution from your Infrastructure Committee recommending approval of a lease agreement with Zayed Musatif to lease the balance of 4422 North Brandywine Drive, Peoria, to the County of Peoria for use by the Peoria County Election Commission.
Members Salzer? Okay. Member Duncan, Member Rulin. And welcome Ms. Gannon and Mr. Manning to the meeting. Is there any questions or comments? Terry?
Yes. I do have some interest in this, in the details of this, but since it would contain sensitive real estate negotiations, I would hope that the chair would entertain a motion to move it to an executive session.
Is there a second for real estate? Member Salzer. So we will have a roll call to move into executive session, which I'll need everybody to exit, or well, actually, how about for that one, we just go into the side room? That way there's no microphones and
So roll call to move to executive session. Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daly?
Aye.
Member Dillon? Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alsasser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Members Hare? Members Couch? Member Phelan? Member Renaud? Member Riker? Member Rosenbaum? Member Rulin?
Aye.
Member Sauser? Member Williams? And members Windish. Okay, that's 18 ayes to move to executive session. Who was it? It was Rulin.
for the lease for the Peoria County Election Commission, discussing lease terms. So is there any comments here publicly? I will put on the member Daly.
I just wanted to say that I will be voting against this, and I have given all of my reasons at every point in time, and I'm not going to rehash that, but I do think that when we asked them if they needed space in the Farnsworth study, and they said they did not, that is just one of many reasons that I will not support this.
Thank you, member Daly. Any other questions? So I will say, just for the sake of the group, that we had discussion, contracts in place. We need final look over the contract, and we will have some board members with Jenny and Scott review it before any signatures are put on in place. With that, is there any other hands? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daly?
Nay.
Sorry about that. Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alsasser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Member Hare? Member Kelch? Member Phelan? Member Renaud? Oh, sorry about that. Member Riker? Member Rosenbaum? Member Rulin? Member Sauser? Member Williams? Member Windish? And Member Dillon.
Aye.
We have 12 ayes and 5 nays.
So the next one, number 5, is
It's going to be deferred by committee.
Sorry,
It's okay. It's all right.
trying to help you out.
I appreciate it. We have item number 6, which is a resolution from your county infrastructure committee recommending approval for the carpet replacement in various public halls of the courthouse.
Member Salzer, Member Kelch. Microphone, Member Salzer.
I said I did attend this meeting because it was tonight, one of our special meetings. The other thing I questioned was putting down the square carpet, and I know why it's done, because people spill things and it gets damaged and so forth. But my experience in 2 different ways, a building just up the street that we used to own, that we put down the square carpet and so forth, pieces, and we had a major problem. So I hoped that Scott or whoever really supervises all of this makes certain that they glue it down well, so we don't have problems of it, coming loose and causing us more problems and so. But I also, the first time I ever experienced was at Southeast High School, their basketball floor. That was their basketball floor. What was the pieces of carpet and so forth. I've been back to see what kind of problems they had, but I can imagine they had some problems.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Member Blair?
Aye.
Member Bryant?
Aye.
Member Coates?
Aye.
Member Daly?
Aye.
Member Duncan?
Aye.
Member Alsasser? Member Groves Allison?
Aye.
Member Hare? Member Kelch? Member Phelan? Member Riker? Member Rosenbaum? Member Rulin? Member Sauser? Member Williams? Member Windish? And Member Dillon?
Aye.
17 ayes. Miscellaneous and announcements?
We'll start on your side, Member Alsasser. Salzer, Sharon. Miscellaneous and announcements. Member Windish.
I guess I don't know of Amy or anybody from the highways here, but there was a couple issues this week that I just want to thank them for getting taken care of for us.
Thank you, Member Windish. Moving around. Member Phelan.
I was just going to mention that Taste of Peoria Heights is September 19th. It's a great event to come out, and there's a lot of events and activities for families and kids. Don't think it's just alcohol and food, but want to welcome everyone up there if anyone has the time.
Thank you, Member Phelan. Member Rulon. Scott, you have anything?
Just happy anniversary, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. 9 years ago tonight, best decision, or 9 years ago was best decision I made, and we were celebrating on the riverfront. So, happy anniversary. Thank you, Scott. And then only announcement I have today was I know not everybody could make it, but today was the ribbon cutting for Trillium Place. So kudos to Dr. Knepp and his visionary leadership team, and Mary Sparks Thompson, who's going to run that facility. They did have tours, and I was amazed by what they transformed it into. Certain parts of it you wouldn't even recognize that it was the Headington Oaks Nursing Home. So had all the state legislators there. Kudos to them. The city of Peoria got good kudos. West Peoria got good kudos. But a very transformative facility that they're going to have up there. And at some point they are going to come trying to work at it November and address the board about that facility. So just wanted to recognize what importance that is to our community. With that, I don't know what discussion was on there for, but no discussion. Meeting adjourned.
That's not usually.